Black people. Are you ready to talk about building wealth? Let's go. You are in spring 2026 of Hillman Tuck University, and this is Wealth 101. I'm Professor E, here to talk to you about building wealth for your babies. The last video we talked about yesterday was talking about transferring wealth to your children or grandchildren or godchildren, whoever, by funding a brokerage account and funding a Roth IRA for them. But today we're going to continue that conversation. Now, you know how this works because you know they want to shadow ban your girl. If you want to keep this content in your algorithm, give me a like and a share and a comment and all of that so that I stay there in your algorithm. So today we're going to talk about continuing to transfer assets, okay? We talked about those first two ways in the last video. Go back and look at it if you missed it. And then this is the follow-up. This is the third strategy of transferring wealth to your babies, okay? And it is a really important long-term strategy, because we don't want to just leave money in a will. We want to start transferring assets while you're still around. Okay. Now, an example would be if you have if you want to add your children to a family investment account over time, or if you want to gift shares of stock or ownership in the business that you own, or if you want to put real estate into a family LLC or trust where they own small percentages over the course of the years, okay? Every year you can legally gift assets without triggering any gift tax limits, okay? And what does this do? It slowly shifts ownership from one generation to the next while you're still here to teach them how to manage it. They don't just inherit wealth, they learn how to steward wealth, okay? There's a difference. So let's talk about how we do this and why we do this. When we talk about generational wealth, one of the biggest mistakes that families make is that they think wealth only transfers when someone is gone. That is not the most powerful strategy, though, my friends. The most powerful strategy is to gradually transfer assets while you're still around, so your children and grandchildren can learn how to manage wealth while you're still here. And let me explain what I mean. Most families pass down cash. Somebody goes on and they leave a bank account. No, but wealthy families, they pass down assets. And there's a big difference because cash gets spent, but assets continue to grow. And assets are things like stock, businesses, real estate. These are the things that produce income and appreciate over time. And when you transfer assets, you are not just giving someone money, you are giving them ownership, right? And one strategy is to place the assets into a family LLC or family trust. Instead of you owning everything personally, the LLC owns the assets. Maybe it owns rental properties. Maybe it owns investment accounts. Maybe it owns shares of the business. And then over time, you start to give them a small percentage of ownership as they age for your children or grandchildren. And maybe when they graduate high school, you give them 1%. And then they graduate college, you give them another 2 or 5%, okay? Over time, their ownership slowly grows. Yours slowly decreases. Now, here's the important part. While you are still around, you got to teach them how to manage those assets. You are showing them how to read financial statements. Have some monthly finance meetings like a board of directors would, okay? Because you're showing them how to evaluate those investments. You are showing them how to make decisions that grow wealth instead of destroy it. Because let me tell you something. Money without wisdom disappears quickly, but assets managed with wisdom can last for generations. Another advantage of gradual transfers of wealth is that it reduces family conflict. When everything is left in a will, people are often surprised, confused, or fighting over what they think they deserve or what they think someone said they could have. But when wealth is transferred gradually, everybody understands the structure and the responsibility that comes with it. And there's another benefit that many people don't talk about: tax efficiency. Each year, the IRS allows you to gift a certain amount of assets to another person without triggering gift taxes. Wealthy families use this rule every single year to slowly move wealth to the next generation. Over 20 or 30 years, those small transfers can move millions of dollars of assets to the next generation while minimizing taxes. But more importantly, the next generation grows up inside the wealth. They're part of the wealth building process. They see it, they understand it, they respect it. And that, my friends, is the real goal. Because generational wealth is not just about leaving money behind, it's about leaving knowledge, discipline, and ownership behind. And when you do that, you don't just change your child's life, you change the trajectory of the entire family. So that is Wealth 101 today. I hope to see you next time.